Wow, sometimes my day-to-day life feels like a video game, and on that particular subject, we here at Heel Turn are more than capable of holding our own. When it comes to Pong, Tetris, or Super Mario Brothers, we got you youngsters whooped, but that's enough about how out of touch I am. Let's talk WWE games. Since 1987, there have been many WWE games produced to varying degrees of success and acclaim. So we've given ourselves the daunting task of narrowing that list down to our top 5, judging them all by the most important factor, the fun factor. We will do a list of non-WWE video games at a later date, but for right now we're talking strictly WWE. Let's go! Number 5. WWF Attitude, 1999. Coming off the back of the highly acclaimed WWF Warzone 1 year prior, WWF Attitude was the last ever WWF game produced by game developer Acclaim. With a deep roster for its time, around 30 wrestlers or so, this game offered many innovative match types and customization options, all of which are standard practice in current WWE releases, such as pay-per-view mode, character and arena customization. Though the graphics were a bit dated, even at that point, and the gameplay somewhat clunky, hours of fun were had on this late 90s console classic. Number 4. WWE 2K16 from 2015. An unpopular opinion, but I personally always felt WWE's 2K games to be very copy and paste, with very little to differentiate one from another. But 2K16 stands above the rest. With a stacked roster and the usual array of match types, the fantastic showcase mode is where this title excels, playing through some of Steve Austin's most iconic matches as he rose to become the biggest WWE superstar of all time. Also not forgetting the pre-order bonus that allowed you to select the Terminator as a playable character. Hasta la vista to all of his opponents. Number 3. WrestleMania the arcade game from 1995. Curious entry at number 3 now. WrestleMania the arcade game originated as, well, an arcade game, before being sold on all major platforms of the era. Released by Acclaim, this was the Mortal Kombat of wrestling games, in more ways than one. Not only was it developed by the same studio, again Acclaim, it also used some of the same creative and gameplay techniques as the Mortal Kombat series. All 8 roster members were motion captured performing some of their signature moves, this being the first wrestling game to use the process. Also adding the bizarre and downright hilarious animations that include, but not limited to, The Undertaker shooting ghosts from his hands, Bam Bam Bigelow literally burning you through the canvas, Doink the Clown electrifying opponents with his joy buzzer, and Lex Luger's over-exaggerated bionic elbow. Hours of simple fun for everyone. Number 2. SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, 2003. A fan favourite game here now. Here Comes the Pain introduced a lot of new mechanics and gameplay options to the popular SmackDown series. Elimination Chamber and bra and panties matches, no I'm not kidding, were made available for the first time. A simple grappling system was incorporated, as well as the body damage monitor telling you exactly how and where your opponent has suffered the most punishment. Also added was the enhanced career mode, allowing you to take charge of your destiny as you decide on the brand you'll compete on, demand title shots, choose tag team partners and overcome backstage brawls as you climb the ladder to the top. All this and arguably the most star-studded main roster of competitors ever to that point, Here Comes the Pain is, in our opinion, simply the best. Almost. Number 1. WWF WrestleMania 2000 for the N64 from 1999. Some may think that I'm getting my wires crossed here. How could this possibly rank above WWF No Mercy, produced 1 year later with more options and a larger roster? Very simple. No Mercy was released with a major flaw in its design, with the upshot being that any progress in the career mode or any customizations made would instantly be deleted once you turned off your console. I'm reliably informed that this mishap was later corrected and later runs of the game had ironed out this issue, but this guy wasn't going to stick around for it. No mercy? More like no thanks. So, WrestleMania 2000, with its blocky graphics, by today's standards at least, some might scoff at this game being at the tippy top of the gaming tree, but for sheer playability, this game has never, in my opinion, been topped. After two successful WCW games, World Tour and Revenge, THQ defected to WWF and produced this wrestling classic. With over 50 Attitude Era competitors to choose from, this was the most stacked roster ever in a wrestling game to that point. The Create a Pay-Per-View mode and Create a Wrestler mode were both simple yet in-depth, allowing you to truly create your own WWF world. Anytime you customised a wrestler's appearance, the changes would even be present on the game's fully rendered intro sequence. Also, in an era where Kane had yet to be unmasked, this game allowed you to see the horror that was beneath his mask, thanks once again to the Customise a Wrestler option. This was also the first WWF game with a fully realised Road to WrestleMania, an entire year competing to reach the main event of the biggest show of all, unlocking championships and additional superstars along the way. Reportedly, AEW's Fight Forever has taken a lot of its gameplay mechanics from this game, citing similar experiences of enjoyment when playing this game and the ones like it, and I personally can't blame them for going back to what works. Please leave your top 5 WWE games in the comments below. And that's our video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be informed of new content from us, and follow us on social media. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.